Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Diversity is Lit. We are a book club that reads one book by a BIPOC author every month and discuss it on my YouTube channel, like we are going to be doing shortly. So, we will be discussing our September Book of the Month pick. I know we are a little bit ways out from September, but our book was Sisters in the Wind by Angeline Boulley. Super cool with the little shiny cover and a nice little Good Morning America YA book club pick. Super exciting. We had mentioned before, but Angeline Boulley is not a stranger to our book club. We have read her other books as well, Firekeeper's Daughter and Warrior Girl Unearthed. Oh, back here. So, as you can tell, there's a theme. I know our other co-host Alicia shared a little interview with Angeline Boulley, and there was fire, earth, wind. So probably the next book's going to involve water, which will be fun. But we will be talking spoilers. So if you read the book or you didn't read the book and you're okay with spoilers, keep watching. If you don't want to be spoiled, because there will be some big spoilers, then save this video, close out, and then when you finish the book, you could come back in and write your thoughts, feels, and opinions in the comments, because that's what we will be doing today. But most of our co-hosts weren't able to make it, but I am joined by my lovely co-host Vanessa Marie, who, and everyone is linked down below. Our other co-hosts will be popping into the comments as able, like Alicia. Hello, hello. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Holly Davis. I'm the author of A Diamond Bright and Broken, which is a YA fantasy. It's a fairy tale retelling that I pitch as Tangled with a gender-bent Flynn writer. There's disability rep with wheelchair crutch user who has a neuromuscular disorder, BIPOC female main characters, and LGBT rep with no spice sapphic romance. So if all of that sounds good to you, you should enjoy my book. I am hard at work on the sequel, which should be out next summer, 2026. And we are working on the cover, which has been fun. So I saw the first iteration. So it's been fun that even though I still have not given a draft to my publisher, that things are still moving along, and like it was like I can be like, okay, this is going to be an actual book, even though she's only read the first chapter. But anyways, I write young adult fantasy as of right now, but I love reading all genres. Mostly read YA and middle grade fantasy, but this year I've been loving like mysteries, and I've just been here for all of that. So excited to talk about this book. And then
And I'm Vanessa. Go buy Vanessa Ray books on here on YouTube, and write fantasy, paranormal, horror, some poetry and nonfiction, all that jazz. But yeah, and I read same genres plus more. Yeah, excited to talk about it. And here's Teresa.
Hey,
hi.
sorry I'm late.
It's okay. I know we're here on a different day and time than we usually are.
Yes, I got the time all messed up.
Oh no, I should have sent a reminder because I realized I posted this live stream on like September 23rd. So apologies, but happy to see you here.
That's what I said. I was like, I think maybe Teresa probably got remembers the wrong time. Because if I hadn't double checked, I thought it was going to be our usual time at 3. And it's a good thing I checked yesterday. I was like, oh, it's at 2.
I'm so sorry. Next time I will send a reminder.
Yeah, because normally it's always an hour. I'm always an hour ahead. I mean, an hour behind. So I was like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. Yeah, that means it's 6 my time. And then when I was like, oh my God, I am so late.
No, it's okay. Perfect timing because Vanessa just finished introducing herself. So,
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, hi, everybody. Sorry for being late. I'm Teresa Beasley. I write under the pen name T.A. Beasley, and I write thrillers and currently working on my first fantasy. And I am happy to be here to discuss this book because I got all the feels.
yes, for sure. Um, so I did give our spoiler disclaimer. I will also discuss the trigger warnings for this book. Let's see. This looks like it'll be pretty comprehensive, but um, the content warnings include sexual harassment, sexual assault, religious bigotry, religious trauma, misogyny, sexism, death of a parent, death of a friend, generational trauma, stalking, foster care, its own trigger warning, missing
Yes.
people, kidnapping, bombing, arson, abuse, drug use and overdose, alcohol, cancer. I guess I'll also add gaslighting,
Hmm.
um, guns, um,
Murders.
murder.
Murder. Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
There's a lot going on.
Fire. I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I think like pretty much everything is like
Wow.
under this umbrella. Um yeah, crazy. So I think just a little thing like murder, right? Right? Um okay, so our and feel free to pop in your responses and thoughts in the comments as well as we go along, but our first question is what is your overall thoughts, feels and opinions on the book? What star rating would you give it on Goodreads or your platform of choice? Anyone want to go first?
I can.
Okay.
Um, how do you? It's it's kind of hard to put the words together for this book.
Mhm.
I did give it a 5 star. Um, I will say I did like that two of the characters from the Firekeeper's Daughter was throughout the book. I like that we get Lucy's present time, but there's also her past coming in different chapters as well. So you get an overview picture of everything that she went through when she was younger, especially when her father died, which gives you feels there. But then as the stories progress and as she's sharing a little bit more of her childhood, it you're kind of traumatized with her, and especially the people that she also meets throughout the story, throughout the foster care. Your trauma, you go through the trauma with them as well. Um, Now, I believe that everybody needs to be placed in a loving home. I believe that people need to be screened a lot bit better. But some people are just good actors and they give you this false hope. And then when you get there, everything's different. And I think that foster care case managers need to check up on them a lot more because the things that happen in this book, mm-mm,
Yeah.
shouldn't have happened in this book.
Yep.
I was frustrated. I was angry. I wanted to jump in the pages and set some people on fire myself. And I'm not even a firekeeper, but some of the things that happened just should not have happened. But the writing, I loved. I like her writing anyway. And I did like the firekeeper's daughter. I do think this is a nice compliment to that. Um, and I like the way she did introduce a little bit of religion into the book. It didn't overpower the book. She did hint to some of that, um, but then some of that was kind of used as a little bit of a weapon too. So there's just so many feels about this book that um, I just think that everybody needs to read it so they can understand probably where we're coming from as we continue to discuss. But overall, I really enjoyed the book, and I enjoyed the book because it made me feel. Whereas sometimes you can read a book and just it's like a leisure reading, you're going through the motions. But I took my time reading this because of the Native American culture in it, and how Native American people are mistreated.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't talk about that, but you got a little bit more of it in this book as we did with the Farkeeper's Daughter book.
Yeah.
So I appreciated eyes being more open in that regards. But yes, I really enjoyed it. I did give it a 5 star, and this book made me want to become a lawyer so I could take some people down.
Yes,
So yeah.
I agree. Alicia gave it 4.5 stars. Said likewise, writing is great, intense topics, very much
Yes,
so.
very much.
Um, and this was such an interesting read for me because I'm the same age as Lucy, and it tangentially happens in my hometown of Traverse City. Wow,
See, yeah,
Alicia, that's intense.
that's intense. Yeah, yeah. And I know we'll go more into some of the things that was happening on the farm and all that stuff. So, but yeah, this book, it did. I know Alicia probably agrees with me. It brought out my Enneagram 8 a lot.
Yeah. And it brought out my Enneagram 8, and I'm not even an Enneagram 8. You want to go, Vanessa?
Sure. Um, so this one actually, um, it actually made me start thinking of doing something differently when I do my ratings. And so I kind of have two ratings for this. Because one, when I read this, I really wasn't in the mood for a story like this. So I had to keep pushing myself to try to read it, which is why I ended up doing like reading 2/3 through just the audiobook without the physical. Um, but yeah, it sometimes I'm just not in the mood for a specific story, which affects my enjoyment. Um, which in that case, I would have purely on enjoyment wise, I'd rate this about a 3 stars. But um, I, if I had read it any other time and I was more in the mood for it, because the story is a good story, the writing, like Teresa Malaysia said, the writing is really good. I do like learning about the Native American culture anytime we get to see some of their traditions, like the naming ceremony and stuff. I do like a lot of that aspect as well and learning more about the culture. And obviously, the topics are really important topics to talk about. And like Teresa said, I'm not an Enneagram 8, but like Holly said, it would bring out that 8 side of me. There's a lot of people that I'm like,
Hmm.
um, so for that story was, if I had read this more when I would be in the mood for it, I would probably put it at 4.5 calculation. Um, I think the only thing for me is it usually Angeline's books. I always end up loving them, but it takes me a little bit to get into them. So.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. Like being, like I said, like this year I've been reading more like mysteries and things like that because I've been working on my fantasy, so I haven't been able to absorb as much of that. So if I was reading a lot of fantasy, I'd probably be like, okay, come on, like another time, another, place. So I totally get that. But I'm glad you were still able to, enjoy it despite you not being in the mood for it. But I also was in love with the writing, was super strong, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Um, at first, I was like, "Oh, is this more like a 4?" I don't know, but then as all of the drama and trauma went down, it like, yeah, it stirred up those emotions in me where I got so angry that like I was like, only Angeline can like write something like this where all of the characters just feel so real, and that's what's so scary is that like this actually has happened in some
Mm-hmm.
capacity. So it just that also made me bring up the rating because I was like, this story is so important and it needs to be told because I had no idea about ICWA, the Indian Child Welfare Act, and everything that was going on. And it's like, you hear about things about like the foster care system, but like nothing like this. And the social worker saying, "Oh, just say you're Mexican." Like, I did not
Mm-hmm.
know that people, that probably is still happening to this day. So, which is why Angeline's writing the book. So, it just like really showed me how her messages are really impactful. And I did like that like the other characters from the books like makes a reappearance. I also didn't even really realize that it was between Warrior Girl on Earth. I liked that Perry and oh my gosh, Perry and I can't think of the other sister, um, made their appearance as well. So
And I
um
forgot a lot of what happened in the first one in Firekeeper's Daughter. So I was glad they had that chapter
Mm-hmm.
kind of recapped for us. That,
Yeah.
because when they
oh, okay.
when they
And
mentioned yeah, because when they mentioned like John Jameson is actually like Jamie Johnson, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to know who that is. And I was like, and Donis, what happened to Donis? I know she was the main, but what happened? And so
and
I appreciated that recap because it brought it all back and made it tie in all together.
yeah, when I saw Donna's name show up, I'm like, I know she was in the first book. I recognize that name. I know. I don't remember anything. So yeah, it was good to have it.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Um so yeah, I really enjoyed this book. So now we can go into whatever we want to talk about first. I was like, oh gosh, where do we start?
Yes, it's so much.
I mean, I feel like the elephant is in the room is like everything that Lucy went through, like in each of her foster
Mm-hmm.
homes, that like she was being blamed for things and not believed, like thinking that she started this fire just because they didn't like her, and um the baby farm just
Oh,
like
whew,
I've never read anything
that
like that
yeah, that place.
where they're like
Um,
giving away babies to the highest
yeah,
bidder, and that's why they're getting all of these pregnant foster teens, and you think
yeah.
that they're really helping them, and then they've got trees to mark when they kill them, and it's not just that they
Mm-hmm.
went missing, but then and then there's no
Yes.
one's even looking for these kids. They're not missing, they're dead. And like that was so heartbreaking too. Like Diego like didn't get his like any redemption. He just was kind of like forgotten in the wind
Mm-hmm.
because
Like he was never
no one was
there.
looking for him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the first foster home that they were in, I think that lady was pretty
Lonnie. Yeah.
Miss Lonnie. I
Hmm.
think that was like okay. I know she was old school, but she still made it like a safe place for them, her and Devery. But then when they like left there because the fire and everything, and they went to different places, I didn't think Devery was going to come back into the story.
Mm-mm.
Um, because I thought after they separated after the first foster home that that was the end of Devery's character. But then you follow Lucy as she gets to the Durn Sterlings, which those people should. I mean,
Well, they got their just dues.
yeah, it's they just. I don't even have words for them. When you know some unhealthy stuff is going on and you're just trying to just bypass it and don't want it brought up, even though you know it's going on,
Hmm.
and then they treat Lucy like that because Lucy's trying to actually save little Stacy. I'm like, now my favorite part was when she took her fingers and messed him up in the eye when he tried to. I was like, go girl, because that
Yeah, when
was
he tried to
like
harass
she
her.
was like, that's not gonna happen over here, so you're gonna have to check that. So I did like that part because she was defending herself from a predator. Um, but what got me the most is when she got to the farm and they do this whole act and she thinks she's at the best place and it's wonderful and they're always fed. They got discipline because they have the chores and they're doing all this stuff. And then it just it took a left. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Hmm.
You're accepting girls that are already pregnant, but then you're telling them they're going to get all these things and then they just kind of disappear. And then
Yep.
Boyd's character,
I was wondering,
Uh,
like, the ones
they make
yeah,
that
girls like me disappear. Yep.
yeah.
the ones that disappeared though. Um, see, I was confused, and maybe this is because I was just listening to the audio, but I thought so. I thought it was like when they mentioned the first uh, girl that disappeared before. I thought it was because she found evidence on them about the baby farm they were running. So I'm like wondering, how do they choose who to get rid of? Because they didn't kill everyone. Um, it was certain. It was
Well,
like, okay.
I think the only one that really got away was the girl whose aunt Emma. I think it was Emily or Emma whose aunt when she decided to keep her baby, her aunt was like, she can move in with me. I think she's only the only one that really truly got away with
Mm,
a clean slate and survived. Like Christina and the I think her name was Mia that was
mm,
leaving the notes in the book telling
mm-hmm.
them. I think they killed her because she figured out the evidence on what was going on and she knew there was nothing she could do. So she wrote those letters and stuck them in the books because she knew that the Mr. and Mrs. are not reading people. They
Gonna
don't
read
do
it.
books. So
Mm-hmm.
she knew somebody eventually was going to find those notes and maybe pick up where she left off. Because I think she was going to try to do something about it, but they must have caught her and she ended up getting killed.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah,
you hear,
Tanya. Yeah.
yeah. And
When
then the
her
situation
mom
with
died
Tanya,
from an overdose and she never
yeah.
touched drugs. It was a party person, so she's like a week later, she
Autumn,
ODs.
yeah, she like ODs when she didn't do that
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was. And then when Bruce said that he kept a list of all the trees that was planted, he kept the map.
Mhm.
that's what made me think they're burying these people on their farm
Mm.
when they're getting rid of them,
Mhm.
But
which I think is
wasn't it like they have been doing this for generations and generations? Like they weren't the ones that started it. It was like
no,
it,
yeah,
it was done generations, generations. That's why I thought there were more that had survived. Um,
yeah. I think it was kind of passed down to them,
yeah,
and they
Oh. Hmm.
but that's what made me think there was more that had survived. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's a jacked up family business to be in,
Yeah.
where you're taking in women to purposely get them to get pregnant so you can sell their baby off and then get
Yeah,
rid of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
150. Oh my God.
Wow.
And then Boyd was like, if you got pregnant, Diego would get the bonus, not me. I'm like,
and I
okay,
didn't,
oh,
yeah.
because you've got competition for getting
And then
people
he got rid
pregnant
of
and
the
not getting your
competition.
bonus? Oh my God.
Yes, it's like it's
It's
that important to you, or you gonna kill this boy so that you can get the $5,000 instead of him,
mm-mm,
and you're mad because he beat you to it.
mm-mm.
I mean, so what did y'all think about Jennifer and Alan, the
Uh,
daughter-in-law? Jennifer was the daughter-in-law who married their son Alan, whom I
did
believe was Mia or Nia's son that they took from her.
oh, that's right. I was like, wait, who was that? Because I knew they kept someone's baby.
Hmm.
Um, let me see.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause I
Because Tanya gave her baby, Tanya and Boy's baby, they gave to Jennifer and Alan. But I believe Alan
Mm,
was Mia's baby, the
mhm.
girl that was leaving the notes in the book.
okay. Yeah, I can't remember.
That's how I, yeah, that's how that last letter that she read of hers, that's how I took it that maybe Jennifer's husband, Alan Hopper, was her child that they took from her before they killed her.
Oh,
And then
oh,
Jennifer, I guess, couldn't have a kid. So Tanya and Boy gave their kid to her to raise as a Hopper
got
right
it.
before Tanya left.
Hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. Cause at the end it made it sound like they weren't. They had no knowledge of what was going on and they weren't involved. Um, but at the same time, I'm like, but were they at the farm? How would they not
Yeah,
know?
victims and suspicious. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. If y'all living there all that time, how did y'all not know that was going on?
Hmm.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like they maybe knew that something was up, but they didn't quite know what. And so
Hmm.
there's kind of this like um
Plausible deniability.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
like deniable
Yeah.
plaza, and I was like,
Yeah.
what's the thing? Plausible deniability because
Yeah.
they weren't directly involved in it. They weren't the ones signing these contracts with
Hmm.
people, with the Sterlings, and
Mm,
forging Lucy's signature so she could give the baby Luke to the Sterlings instead of that single
Oh.
mom.
And
that,
out of all the
That got me
people,
so mad. And then they're
uh,
using him as blackmail.
yes.
oh my gosh.
And
Uh-uh.
another person that shocked me was Devery.
Hmm.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she like at first like turned her back on Lucy by like, driving around and being like they want give them back the things that you stole, give
Yes.
them back the key. But then in the end, she was the one who saved Luke and ended up, dying from the smoke inhalation because she rescued him in
Yeah.
the barn.
that shocked me when she did that and was like, just give them what they want. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
She didn't know what it was that she stole until she told her. So I think
Mm.
she was just like thinking, okay, she took something from the Sterlings that was it the Sterlings or I think she just
I think
like
she took something behind that
Yeah.
picture
The
that was in the
key.
picture, the
The key
key
that had all of the
stuff.
records of
but
the
because she didn't
legal
know
adoptions. Yeah.
she didn't know what it was though.
Yeah.
That took until she told her. Um,
Oh, I think she just thought like it was gonna mess up her
her relationship with
because she
With
wanted her
Bruce.
to marry Bruce and be her, you know, daughter-in-law. So
Hmm.
yeah. Oh, and Jennifer was there as a foster. Okay, Jennifer was a foster too. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
that
was
was
just so many conniving people in this.
yeah, and so that's why it hurts so bad that like
Yeah. It's
one of the people that helped Lucy the most ended up dying in the end.
dying.
So sad.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that because Mr. or no, was it Sterling? Mr. Sterling was shot. I was like, great, like Jamie got him. And then when it's like, oh, now he's on the ground and his pant leg is darker than the other, and I was like, wait, he shot too? Like, no. And I was like, he'll definitely be redeemed. Like, I know, because it was like they like him and Donis like helped her so much. Like they're like, we've got this covered. Don't worry about
Hmm.
it. And then they were, you know, working out together and cooking together. Like all of those scenes, even though they were like, you know, just kind of like everyday scenes, it showed their bond. How like he became like a big brother to her, and like
Right.
showed her like this is how you know family is supposed to treat each other. And so it just like, yes, and Donna's having to watch it. I can't.
Oh.
Ugh.
well, and I thought once they told her that they knew someone was after her and that they already knew a lot of stuff that she was trying to hide.
Hi. Hmm.
Mm,
At that point, after that, I would have thought she would have told them when she got the call from Stacy saying to come to the library,
mm.
but she still hid that from Donis and Jamie, and I'm like, if you had just told them, this could have ended up so much differently.
Something different. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes she did make me mad with the decisions she was making.
Mhm.
Wait, did she give Luke? I was looking for that. I'm like, wait, where was that? She gave him like his like middle name or last name, or what did she rename Luke?
She named
I
Luke
think
Luke Diaz Smith.
no, Jameson is in there though. It was like Luke
Did she put
J.
Jameson in the name? I thought she
Uh,
just. I thought it was Luke Diaz Smith.
I'm
Yeah, I was
pretty
like,
sure
yeah, I
Jameson in
thought
there.
I saw. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
It was like Luke Jameson D.S. Smith, I believe.
Middle name.
Yeah.
And the
Hmm.
middle name? I thought it was just Diaz.
Was it like Luke Jamie Diaz? Oh, here, Luke Jameson Diaz Smith.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't realize she put Jameson in
me
there.
too. Uh,
That was sweet of her.
Luke
Mhm.
Jameson, yeah. Oh.
Huh.
Mm. Yes, and then Jamie got to be reunited. Oh, Jamie Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really sad. And at first I thought that Stacy died too because the whole time I'm like, where they are not talking about her. I know Luke survived, but what about Stacy? And then like right at the end when they're like, yeah, and then, you know, Auntie Stacy's visiting. I'm like, oh, thank God. So I was like, she was the one good
Yeah.
Sterling. You know, she was like
Yeah, the
one of
only
her
one.
sisters, like with, you know, Devery and Stacy and Miss Lonnie, like some of the good people in, you know, in her experiences. So
Yeah. But I really thought that Isabella had adopted Luke. And then you find out that they gave Luke to the Sterlings. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what?
no,
What?
that
This
was,
book,
I
I was
know.
yelling at this book a lot.
I know.
Um, I know people thought I was crazy. I was sitting outside and reading, and I really thought I was crazy because I'm like yelling at the book. And, people's walking. I'm like, they was like, this lady's cuckoo. Because I'm like, what are you doing? But like I said,
Well,
this book gives you all the feels.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, speaking of adoption, like in the beginning, when her dad remarries and
Oh,
her stepmom like adopts her, I guess,
Oh
but
my
then
gosh.
she ends up in the foster system because I guess the stepmom like undid or terminated the adoption, and I was
she
like,
did.
Yes.
I didn't
She
know
did.
that was a thing you could even do. I thought
No.
once
Yeah, and
you
then
were,
put her back into the system. Oh, she made my blood boil.
because I
Oh,
thought
that chick.
once you were adopted, like that's it, it's final. But I didn't know you could terminate. That
Yeah.
was that was interesting.
She was
But
so like I was like, "Oh my God, she was all like strict and everything and being like, "You can't wear this swimsuit in front of boys." It's like, "Okay, you're the one who's sexualizing a one piece." Like, okay. Um and then she's just spending everything on Prada and Gucci,
Yeah,
and then she's like literally like wanting Lucy to go out. Oh, now, oh yeah, wear this bikini and do all these things and be like, you know, rambunctious so that she has a reason to kind of terminate the adoption, I guess.
terminate.
Yeah, by being like, oh, I can't control her.
She was the character that I felt played on the dad's vulnerability because he
Hmm.
was dying and he wanted Lucy to have somebody that she could count on. And I just felt that she had an agenda when she first started, talking with him and meeting with him. She knew he was vulnerable.
Hmm.
She marries him. And then I think she just starts going through things like, okay, well, and then at one point he got sick. And I think Lucy got sick too at one point. And I was thinking, is she putting something in the food or something? Or she's trying to put something in her drink, her tea or
Mm,
whatever to get her sick, because I guess if something happened to Lucy, she would get Lucy's college fund
mm-hmm,
that the dad had set up for her. And then
mm-mm,
Lucy never even tried to fight to get what was rightfully hers. She was just like, I just want to forget the lady. I just want to just not have nothing to do with her. I don't want to see her anymore. But I'm like,
mm-hmm,
your dad worked hard for this for you, and why are you not fighting for it?
mm-hmm.
Which I
Yeah.
think was the whole point of her adopting her anyway, until she set her storage unit on fire.
Well, it was kind of sad that, like, you know, um, Lucy's dad like selected Bridget for
Hmm.
her to be like the mother figure, but Bridget did want like a husband, you know, and he like you know, she was looking up like, oh yeah, had my dad married Bridget to provide a mother for me but not a wife for himself. And so like she kind of, you know, maybe she did go in it like expecting, you know, to actually be able to be a wife, and if he wasn't being intimate, and so then her expectations got flipped and
I was
you know.
wondering why. she married him too, because
Mhm.
after he died, she completely changed into this different person. And I'm like,
Mhm.
did she specifically get with them for like a certain reason? Because I kept thinking, well, like, it doesn't seem like he would be the type to look like he has a lot of money and like show
Mm.
off he has a lot of money. So I don't think that she would have, if she was just doing it for the money,
Hmm.
I'd be like, well, how does she even know if he has any? But I'm also like, why else? Why else did she marry him? And then,
Mm.
like, as soon as he died, change up everything and try to get rid of his daughter.
Mhm. That's why I felt like she had an agenda going into it
Hmm.
Yeah.
She probably always put
because
up the
she,
facade because she was like the what
yeah.
was it, the unfun nun, or whatever, like at the
Mhm.
school. So she
At
like
the
always
school.
had those appearances and probably just that wasn't who she really was. And then when she got everything she want, the money, what she wanted, she was okay with unleashing it all.
But I didn't understand why she was hiding all this stuff in the storage unit.
I
I was
think
like, who is she hiding this stuff from? Is she just trying to hide it from Lucy? Or who is she hiding from?
I
Because she
thought,
kept it all in the storage unit.
I thought she was maybe hiding it from Lucy,
I
so
think so
Lucy
too.
wouldn't ask questions.
Yeah. She
And
only had like a few, a purse, a pair of shoes here and there, you know. And yeah, she probably would have been asking more questions, which killed me that like Bridget got rid of all her dad's stuff
Hmm.
without telling her. And it was like that is so like appalling because there are things that she would want for like memories.
mhm.
Um
And she didn't even ask her. She didn't even
yeah.
ask her, is there anything of your dad's you want to keep? She didn't even ask her that. She just got rid of it. And she went to I think a Goodwill or something and found her daddy's watch.
Mhm.
Like,
It was the
really?
church, yeah, the church's thrift store.
Church, like,
Thankfully she tried
yeah.
there, yeah.
Hmm.
Um
And found her dad's watch. I was like, this lady is just
mm-mm.
awful. I mean, she
Mhm.
didn't really get to meet. Well, Donis and Jamie were good people. I thought Devery was good until she flipped the script on her.
Mhm.
But besides Donis and Jamie and what is it, Abe,
Abe, yeah, I was gonna say Abe.
him, and
Mhm.
Miss Nancy, she only had like a handful of good people that was in her life.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, I think, was just misguided because she didn't know. And then once she did know, she tried to,
She
you know,
tried to help.
yeah.
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 Yeah. That's fair. Um shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh. Oh, I wanted to mention before I forget because I was at this part. I was like, oh, I don't want to forget that like I really liked all of the stuff after the pipe bomb, and I didn't want Lucy to break her femur, which is really hard to do for what you know
Hmm.
that's the strongest bone in the body. But I really appreciated how accurate everything was with like the physical therapy and her progression from like non-weight bearing on like the walker to the crutches and then being able to put some weight in and doing like aqua therapy. I was like loving it. I'm like, this is so accurate. And so like in the back I was looking because she had all these like subject matter experts that she like consulted. And so I looked and I was like, oh, there's no like physical therapist or anything. She probably just made sure to do really good research on it. But I was just really happy because I've read some bad books where I'm like, this is not accurate. Like, this is not believable. And so I was I was just really glad. I'm like, oh, she's not weight bearing. Oh my gosh. It made me so happy. Sorry, Lucy.
I broke my femur when I was a kid. I'm like, that hurt.
What?
That,
Did you?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. What happened?
So I was in the park. Our babysitter at the time took us to the park, me and my brother and her kids. And I was in my manual chair, which is good because can't even imagine if I was in my power chair, how much that would suck. But basically, I guess her daughter was pushing my chair through the park, the grass area, and there was like a hole that we didn't see. And so
Oh.
we went in and it tipped the chair. And because I had my seatbelt on, I fell on the chair, fell on top of me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. Oh.
I didn't even
Wow.
know it was broken. I just thought it hurt really bad, so I went home and like tried to sleep it off.
Oh no.
No.
It wasn't until the next day, when it was still hurting, my mom took me to in the ER, and they're like, yeah, it's broken.
Oh no.
So then did you end up having surgery or?
And they just put a cast.
Okay.
Had a cast for a
Because you're
while.
probably young enough, yeah, where it would heal quicker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Quicker. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've never broken my femur or anything like
I've never
that.
broken a bone at all.
Yeah, me either. I did tear a ligament in my ankle at work. At my old job, they, I guess, had cleaned the bathroom and didn't put a sign up that the floor was wet. And I came out and I was at the sink washing my hands and slipped in the water that was under the sink and hit the ground hard. And of course, I didn't have my cell phone with me. It was a downstairs bathroom because the upstairs bathroom there was people in there, so I went to the downstairs one. I didn't have my phone, so I had to crawl out, scoop myself out the door, and holler at somebody that was going to the dermatology office
Oh
to get up. So I'm on the ground, and the lady's walking in there, and she's like, you realize you're on the floor? I'm like, yeah, can you do me a favor and just go up to 208 and tell someone to wheel a chair down here and pick me up?
no.
And so she went up there and got someone, and one of the social workers came down and they got me in the chair, and my ankle was just, it had swollen up so bad and it hurt like heck. So I did have to do therapy, physical therapy, and he did like some electrode shock thingy on it before I could like bear weight. It took a minute, and I had to wear this ugly boot and I had to wear it to church, and it was embarrassing.
Oh yeah, the lovely cam boot. Yeah.
And of course, and the flight of stairs up to our church is like a lot of stairs. So my husband had to pick me up and carry me up. It was so embarrassing. But yeah, I've tore a ligament, but thank God I have not broke any bones because they say that's kind of worse than.
Yeah. I've just sprained my ankle many times, and
everybody at my job was mad at me because I wouldn't sue the office complex people for not putting the sign out there. And I'm like, it was an accident. It's not like they purposely wanted me to mess up my ankle.
Yeah.
And I said that kind of karma comes back on you, and I ain't trying to have all that.
There you go.
That's what I've been saying.
I've been like, I've been doing so many good things. Where's the karma that's supposed to come back?
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, they felt bad. They came and checked on me and everything because he was like, I said, can y'all just go down there and put a sign up so that somebody else don't go on there behind me and slip and mess their stuff up too? So he finally he got a sign and went down there and put a sign up to tell them to be careful because the
Yeah.
sign wasn't there. So rightfully, I probably could have sued him, but it was like I don't want that karma.
Hmm.
It's not even worth it. It's bad enough I had to go to physical therapy, and my physical therapist making me mad because it's making me do stuff with the ankle. He's like,
Yeah.
"This is gonna help you." I'm like, "I don't want to be helped right now. It hurts like heck."
I was gonna say the pain. Yeah.
That's what my mom tried to do before we knew it was broken. With my leg, she was trying to like massage it and stretch it out and stuff, and I'm like, no, I don't want this. It hurts too much. I can't do this when I have to go to the hospital and see what's going on.
What it is, yeah,
So
yeah,
that's when we realized it's
Something was going on. Yeah.
yeah. So it was pretty accurate in the book on how they did it and the length of time it took
yeah.
her femur and stuff to heal too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I kept telling her, "You better not try to sneak away," because she kept
Right?
wanting to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like she said, it's true. Like, I mean, you can be non-weight bearing for like 4 to 6 weeks, and obviously Lucy was younger, so she was able to recover faster. But a lot
Mhm.
of people, it's like, oh wait, it's still healing. Now you can only put 10% of your body weight on your leg, and then after
Mhm.
2 or 3, 4 weeks, okay, now 25%. Okay, now 50%, and so it's like it could be a long haul.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
So
but
that part was
yeah.
um pretty neat that they did do that correctly. Um, one thing I was confused on was Maggie, her biological mom. I couldn't figure out if she was actually dead or if she was still alive, and Lucy
She's
just
alive.
refused to meet her.
Yeah.
She was still alive because didn't she meet
Yeah.
her and hug at the end?
Yeah. She met her at the
Okay,
end.
Yeah, but
okay, so she did meet her at the end.
I don't
Okay,
know like
so that
where.
was actually her biological mother that she
Yes,
hugged.
Yeah.
Okay, because
she
that
just.
was
I don't know where she was at the time, but
It
yeah.
was her sister that died. Um,
Okay,
Lily.
so Lily was her sister that actually died in
well,
Firekeeper's
Yeah.
daughter, right? Okay,
yes,
Yeah.
I got them mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
yes, that's right.
Yeah, I
Um,
got them mixed up.
no, you're fine.
I got Lily and Maggie mixed up in the books.
Yeah, I mixed them up at first in the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's the L's, Luke, because there's Lily and Lucy, and then Luke,
Lucy, Luke.
and then her siblings, Lucas
The-
and
They're all
uh,
elves.
yeah,
Yeah, they're all L's.
I forget the others. Oh, Lucas and Lola. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like the alliteration. Um,
Yes, they. But yeah, it was driving me crazy because she kept hinting on somebody being after her, and I was trying to figure out who it was. Was it the farm people or was it the Sterlings? Because I thought it was mainly the Sterlings.
yeah, she'd been led to believe Maggie didn't want her. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Um, what were you saying, T?
I was trying to figure, she kept hinting
Oh,
to somebody being after her, and I
mhm.
kept trying to figure out who was after her because I knew she didn't blow up the diner. I knew it wasn't her, and I was like, okay, it must be the people that are after her. But was it the Sterlings after her, or was it the farm people, or was it all of them? I couldn't figure that. I was trying to figure it out. It was driving me crazy
Yeah. I
because I
think it
couldn't
ended up being
pinpoint.
that it was the Sterlings because they had hired that guy to put the bomb next to her bag or locker
Her
at the
locker.
diner.
Which I had thought it was gonna end up being um the farm people hoppers or
Hoppers.
The hoppers. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought after we found out the evidence that she took from them. I thought they were gonna end up being who was behind it
But
until
I
we get to when Stacy calls and and she goes and sees the Sterlings there. That's when I'm like, are they all working together?
well, I think it was like it was the Sterlings and Hoppies together, but the Sterlings were the ones who actually like hired the guy for the bomb because they were so mad at her, remember? Because they were like, you ruined Steven's life. Like
Yeah.
he had to drop out of college, or he didn't get scholarships or this or that, and no one's hiring him, and like you ruined his life, which was just appalling that they were blaming her. And
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think they were like, yeah, you destroyed it, so we're gonna destroy you, kind of thing. Like you.
Their son got everything he deserved and more. So
Yes, they did. Yes,
But
they
then she
did.
set him on fire too.
I think that was
Steven.
wasn't I think it was Devry, wasn't it? Didn't Devry when Lucy told Devry about Stacy, I
She.
think she went back and killed Stephen.
Yes.
So Devery killed Steven?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking that Lucy did it.
That's what I thought at first too, based on like one of the earlier chapters that had mentioned
Yeah,
it.
that's why I was thinking.
But yeah, it was Devry.
When she was talking to somebody and she was like that she set him on fire. I didn't know it. I did not catch that it was Devery. I could
they
have
thought,
swore.
oh, and then they thought that she killed Steven. So I think that's another reason why they planted the bomb was because they were like, not only
They
did
thought
they think that she ruined his life, but they also think that she caused the fire.
fire. See.
It was
Wow. So
that,
Devery did it.
but I think Lucy
For Bruce.
Not Bruce Boyd, right? I think she was
She killed Stephen for Bruce and killed Bridget for Luke. That's what it said. So I don't
But
know.
I think Lucy knew that the candle was by the curtain and didn't move it. And that's what caught Boyd's apartment on fire and killed him.
Oh yeah, she meant to kill him.
Yeah, I think she meant to do that.
And Lucy killed Boyd, but I think that was the only one.
Jeffrey is hardcore.
Maggie or Granny June, Jamie's mom in Arizona with a water theme, could be really cool. Yes.
Yes, that would be interesting.
I'm here for it.
I cannot believe that. That made me like Devery even more. She was hardcore. She taking out people.
Yeah, she just no F's were given.
She just didn't care. But when she started dating Brewster, she became somewhat of a softie.
Yeah, she did. Any quotes or anything that stuck out? For me, with the system where on page 94 saying, oh, I wouldn't mention that you're Native American, it complicates everything. And Lucy says, who does it complicate things for? And then connected to that on page 165, she said there are caseworkers and state court personnel who view ICWA as a burden. They only see the additional paperwork instead of the benefit for children. Ugh, it just broke my heart.
I like that. I thought this was funny that Miss Lonnie said on page, I think it was 145, when they were talking about Devery, and she said that girl's a gas can looking for a match. It's like staring in a mirror.
Yes. I loved
I'm like,
that.
oh man.
The only one I was gonna bring up was on page 166. Um,
Oh, 166 again.
okay, at the end of this paragraph where it says, she pauses before adding, it's complicated, loving imperfect people. I hope it's when you're the restrooms. You mean them loving you, but seeing your native as an imperfection? No, Lucy. I mean loving them, even though their words and actions hurt me. And I thought that was such a good line
Oh,
to like
Yeah.
how, we, especially kids who have family with their parents, grandparents that are toxic or abusive or whatever, you love them even though their actions or their words hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
ugh. Yeah, I wrote down so many quotes because I was just like, these are all heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. I can't.
Yeah. Like on page 222, where I can't remember. I can't remember if Lucy was saying it or if Jamie was saying it. No, I think it was Donna's, where she said, "I'm." Lucy was upset with her because she thought that Donna's was cheating on TJ.
Mhm.
Um, and so they had like this whole conversation. And she said, I'm not perfect. I'm as flawed as anyone, but I learned a long time ago that we can love imperfect people, and that includes ourselves.
Ooh,
Mhm.
And she
I
was like,
love that.
Donis is the wisest person I know. But
Mm.
she's referencing loving herself despite some flaws and imperfection. And that's because Lucy was really mad at her because she thought that, she
She
was
cheated. Yeah, I was glad that
cheating.
she was so
She
upset
was
that
like,
she wasn't like, okay, I'm looking at you with rose-colored glasses, like I'm
glasses,
gonna take things
yes.
as is. And she said, people
Mm
cheat and rationalize their choices. Villains are
hmm. Mm
heroes in
hmm.
their own retellings.
Yes.
But I knew. I was like, no, Donis isn't cheating. I knew. I was like,
No.
she just didn't tell her she already broke up with TJ.
Yeah,
I
because
knew.
when she had left for that trip and she came back and she said she was acting different, I was like, I bet you her and
Mhm.
TJ broke up.
Mhm. Yep.
And to me, I think Donis did the right thing because now you're here with Jamie. Y'all spending a lot of time together. Y'all already have this history. So, I get, you know, why she chose to break up with TJ. It's better to do that than to cheat on him and then
Yeah.
try to make excuses for it. So I did
Felicia says
applaud
she
her
thinks
for
she
that.
marked that one. Also, about loving imperfect people, including ourselves. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We
Um,
all fall
oh,
short.
I have one on page 96 where she said her thoughts about, oh, because Miss Lonnie said, I survived the flames and crawled from the ashes to breathe fresh air. Her thoughts about fire took me back to the night I'd lit the fuse at the storage unit, how angry I'd felt in that moment. My fury had built up. I wouldn't have cared if the entire world had caught fire. I wasn't the ashes. In the instant the lit fuse reached it, I was the firework.
Yes, I marked that one too.
I loved
Yes,
that.
there was some very good quotes in this. It's
Yes.
very good quotes.
Oh. The last thing that I just wanted to mention that like broke my heart was actually there were two things. Sorry. Was number one, or it was on page 103 when Lucy said it's January 26th. My dad would be 39 today. And that was like one of the things where I was like, these characters feel so real because I'm like, oh, I do
Mhm.
that. like when my dad's, because my dad also passed when I was 13, so that's another reason why I was like, oh my gosh, like I know what
Wow.
a piece of what Lucy's going through, but I was like, I celebrate that too. I'm like, oh my God, Dad, you'd be 85 today. You'd be such an old man. Because yeah, he'd be in his 80s right now. And I'm like, you'd be such an old man, Dad. Um, but so I love that she had mentioned that. And then the other thing that I caught was when Abe gave Lucy Charlotte's Web with a note from her dad to
Mhm.
give to her for her 14th birthday. And obviously it was like supposed to be a, more routine like surgery, like he wasn't planning on dying, um from the surgery, but her 13th birthday was the last birthday that he was able to give her a book. But Charlotte's Web, I was like thinking about the message from that, and I'm like, with Charlotte, like she had to leave too soon, and Wilbur was
Mhm.
like missing her and feeling like he wasn't going to be able to go on without her, but like the legacy was kept on with like Charlotte's children. And
Mhm.
so I felt like that was a really cool, like, dichotomy where it was like, yeah, like that first book that he gave her, was able to give her after he passed, was about, yeah, sometimes people go too soon and missing people. So I was like, oh, that was just perfect. Um, Gave me the feels. So
I like the little message where he says, "Take to the breeze, go as you please." I thought that was cute.
oh, I
In
love
the book
that.
on her
Yes,
with love from dad.
yes. Yeah, Lucy
Oh.
doesn't have the same social development. Yeah, she was called a religious robot, and she was
Mhm.
bullied. She had so much against her. And she was called like weird because she liked like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all the other things. And I was like, what? Those aren't nerds. Those are cool people in my
Those are
world. Like
cool.
I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, wow, it sounds like I'd be your friend. So
Yes, all the Pokemons and stuff that I bought my kids. I'm collecting those things.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
Just
the good stuff.
the gamer nerds.
yeah.
Huh?
I said they considered her the gamer nerds.
Gamer nerd,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and they mentioned Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, what? This is the coolest person.
Yeah.
You are not a nerd. You like Kingdom Hearts. I've got 2 Kingdom Hearts tattoos. If that makes me a nerd, like I will forever ride this.
Gladly take it.
Yes, yeah. The quote that's on
Uh,
the back of the Just jacket. Oh, what is that?
I always got called a book nerd because I like to read so much.
yeah. I think that's what
Mm,
they called Lucy. Was she was a book nerd?
hmm.
Um,
Yes, the quote that's on the back of the book, Alicia mentioned. I float in a warm pond on a starless night. I need to stay calm. I breathe through the hollow stem of a bulrush. A familiar voice calls my name. Oh my gosh, I didn't read this. I'm like, wow, this is giving away a big. I mean, you don't know the context, but pleading for me to come back. I sink farther when the fury she's fighting to suppress ignites and spreads like wildfire. My breaths lengthen as my heartbeat slows. I thank my dad for teaching me to swim, dive, and hold my breath, and my birth mother for showing me how to disappear without a trace.
Hmm.
Ah,
Yes.
oh, Alicia, yeah, the death milestones. I hit one this past year,
Yeah.
physically aging my mom. Yeah. My brother last year, or actually it was this year, it was like March, I think, of 2025, he hit the age our dad was when he died at 56. So that was like weird for him, gave him a lot
Right.
of like reflection and stuff. But
Hmm.
that was what, like, I mean, Alicia, I'm sure like it was just like, wow, like my brother's so young. Like how could he go right now? Like there's so much life he has left to live. And so that's like what can hurt, is knowing like all the life that they're not living by
Hmm.
going too soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
My mom was
beautiful.
65 when she died. So,
Oh, I'm so
but I got
sorry.
to have her for 40 something years. So,
Mm.
and then my grandmother after her, my dad was in his 70s when he died because he died right after my mom did. It was like a
Mm,
year or two after my mom died, he died.
mm,
And then his mother, my grandmother, she was 104 when she died, but she
mm,
just died the earlier part of this year.
mm.
So I'm like terrified of getting to 65.
Oh, you don't have to repeat this. Come
Yeah.
home where you are loved. Yeah,
So,
you don't have to.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the nice thing, and that's like what my my brother did when he wasn't eating as healthy as he should. I think in his 40s he made a change. He was like, "This is in our genetics. I need to make sure this doesn't happen to me." And now he's like, he exercises, he eats healthy, and so
I I can relate. I can
yeah.
relate because my mom had diabetes, and now I'm like trying to lose weight and working with my doctor with dieting things, trying to change stuff because I was like, okay, she did
Yeah.
get to 65. It wasn't the diabetes; it was her heart, but
Mhm.
still, it runs in our family. So
Yeah.
it's like cancer, and because my grandmother died from cancer.
Mm.
I had a cousin that was 39 that died from cancer.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like now everybody that gets to 39 is like, okay,
You
is
kind of take a
it?
pause. Yeah.
Everybody pauses like, okay, because I even had a cousin that died at 7, but he was hit by a drunk driver,
Oh,
and
sorry.
so it's like when they go at a young age, you're thinking, okay, when I get to that age, is it going to happen to me because we're family or? But I'm like, okay, 65. I'm gonna be 51 this year, so what's happening? So, I gotta talk to God a lot. Like, look, we need to
We
we
got
need
a
to
deal
discuss
here.
this.
Me-
Lord, I'm making changes. Let's work this out.
I
There's a
love
lot more I
that.
want to do. So,
Oh.
we discussed this.
We already came to an agreement here. Like
We got to work it out. I will sign the contract.
I love that.
But yeah, it just makes you pay attention more to what you're doing and what you're putting into your body when
Exactly.
you have loved ones, especially when they die back to back. It's
Yeah.
like it gives you like a wake up call.
Yeah. For sure.
It does.
Well, this was a very heavy but important
Important.
discussion that we
Yes.
had. Thank you guys so much for joining for Sisters in the Wind. Please join us next month. Likely the first Sunday of November, but can change. But for October, we are reading Blood in the Water by Tiffany D. Jackson. Tiffany
Yay.
D. Jackson is also not a stranger to Diversity is Lit, but this
Hmm.
is the first middle grade title that she's written,
Yes.
and so first middle grade of hers that we'll be reading.
Reading.
Freudian slip. Well, I'm working on editing after this, so that should have been the word. And then there's really cool sprayed edges
Yeah, spread
for
ages.
this copy.
Yeah.
It is a middle grade that is 255 pages, so it should be a very fast read. The print is very
Yeah.
big. I think the audiobook, if you read it on like 1.25x, is like 4 hours. So come join us.
Yeah. Yay.
It'll be a fast read if you are time crunched this month. But thank you, Vanessa and T, for joining me. Leash, thanks for joining in the comments. I hope you
Yay.
and Vince are free of the vid. And Heather, if you're watching the replay, I hope your weekend shift went well. And please join us on Goodreads, where in 4 to 5 days, we'll be posting the November book pick, which is either short
Yeah.
story or an anthology collection. So thank you, and we will see you guys next month. Bye,
Bye, everyone.
everyone.